Hi, and welcome back to Making Video Your Business. Today, I'm joined by my friend Jesse Taylor, who is a landlord, but also owns forthelandlords.com.
.com, got to remember the .com.
Forthelandlords.com.
Yeah.
Jesse, thanks so much for taking the time out to come and see me.
Thank you for having me.
So we met probably 3 or 4 months ago at an event for property people. Since then, we've been chatting about podcasts and stuff, and you're actually going to start doing something similar for your business. But before we get into that, talk to me a bit about you, where you've come from and where you find yourself now.
First and foremost, I'm a landlord.
Yeah.
That's it. I've been a landlord for nearly 20 years now.
Yeah.
And before that, I ran a business. I ran sandwich and coffee shops. So I've never had a job. I've never been employed by someone. So I've always run my own business. At some point in 2008-9, we exited the sandwich shops, and I'd already been investing in property, and I just carried on investing in property. One thing led to another, and we're a property sourcer. So we're a letting agency and a property sourcer. That's what forthelandlords.com does. And it grew. You start buying enough houses for me and for clients, all of a sudden you've got a little pot of properties that something needs to be around it to look after it. So that's how the lettings business grew. We've been going for 15, 16 years now as that. 10 years ago, it was kind of a sideline, and now it's the thing. It's a thing we're growing. So that's where video and marketing, it's the only business I've ever, apart from sandwich and coffee shops. I wish I'd have known about video marketing or just any kind of marketing, to be honest. At that point, we were quite a provincial kind of parochial setup with the sandwich shops. But now, marketing the way we do gets getting the sort of results that we want. Yeah.
So you're a letting agent.
Yeah.
If you're not making housing tour, what are you making? Right? Because this is why it's interesting for me, because housing tour is easy to make as an estate and letting agent. That's your product. You've got to sell it, right? But actually 95% of the market isn't on the market right now or in the market. So how are you sort of catering to them?
Landlords, we feel like we've got something to say.
Yeah.
I'm a landlord, and I keep saying
which is
that.
Interesting. Although, to be fair,
there's plenty of letting agents.
But most letting agents have got,
of course,
houses.
And lots and lots of letting agencies are owned by a landlord, or the landlord started it. That's not a common thing, an uncommon thing. But I don't think landlords generally know much about landlording. It sounds a bit silly, but most landlords in the UK don't own 2 houses.
No.
A lot of them are accidental.
Yes.
Not a lot of them get into it on purpose.
I became an accidental landlord in the 2008 crash.
Yeah, and being a landlord who's bought and built my own portfolio, there's loads to say. You can't shut me up sometimes, but it's just things from our experience: finding, fixing, renting, managing property. What's the right house in the right area? What should you pay for it? What does a renovation look like? What are some of the problems? Always from a very realistic point of view, never a salesy point of view. That's been really important for us. We get the best results that way.
So what does that actually look like then as output, as content?
It's changed. Pretty poor to start off with, I've got to say.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back retrospectively, and right now, still not brilliant.
But you're doing it.
That is the main thing, yeah. I know now that a 40-minute video, that some of them are that long, we can chop that down to 8 minutes and it'll be a lot snappier and to the point. We'll basically get the same thing across. I think the thing that we've got to work on is keeping it interesting. It's cutting the waffle out, definitely. So that's just been thoughtful about, we're going to make this video.
Yeah.
It's going to be about this. Whereas in the past, it wasn't. It was just, right, what we're going to talk about today, and we got on with it. So if you on purpose, you plan it and you go through it. But how long should it be? We always say now, as quick as it can be, as long as it needs to be. As short as we can make it, but as long as it needs to be. If I can't get through this in 15 minutes, I'm not going to make a 6-minute long video because I can't get all my points across.
Did you find it hard to put yourself in front of camera?
No.
You didn't struggle at all?
So it wasn't very good. So maybe I should have struggled.
Yes.
Maybe I should have been. I didn't watch them back.
Well, that
for a
helps.
long time. It helps. Well, it helps to get on with it, but it doesn't help you get better.
No.
I now do, and we do it, analyze it,
Yeah.
and all those things that you're talking about going through. we've gone through and still going through, it can be a lot better. It will be. I know we're progressing. I need to get my team involved now. So there's people. I've got a great team. They've got a lot to say. They've got more to say than me. Some of the technical points and legislation, compliance, they're loads better than I could ever dream of being. So I need to get them on camera. We've got a couple of rules there. If you are in a sales role and you're taking money from somebody, would you go to a client meeting with a paper bag on your head?
No.
Yeah.
It's hard, actually.
So you have
to be fair, a lot of agents have struggled with that. So as there's been a shift, they have recruited people based on the fact that they're younger, they're more tech savvy, they've got strong social media, there's lots of video and stuff of themselves at weekends and out on the town, whatever. There's loads of videos and photography, whatever. They come into an office environment and they say, great, can you make a video? And they go, oh no, I can't do that. And they've really, really struggled with that, because I think there's a disconnect between video for work and video for leisure. And it's quite interesting, the mindset shift in
I think you can break that down.
I think
we've had a good go at it. And so we now recruit. We make it part of the recruitment process.
Yes.
You're going to make videos. Is that okay?
That is my advice.
And nobody ever says no. Oh, I'll give it a go. Oh, I'm not really, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, I've written that down. I'll hold you to that.
Yes.
The next thing is, when people don't, I'm not very good on camera. Well, are you good with people? Is the next question. We always say, are you good with people? Nobody ever says that they're not good with people. Well, just think of the camera as a person. Just speak to the person. Yeah. And then off you go. And the other rule is, once you're recording, you can't stop. Just keep going.
Yeah, I think that's key.
Like live TV.
Easy, yeah. I think editing software and things that used to be reserved for people like us, who make things for people for money, the good stuff used to be reserved for us because we'd pay a lot of money for it. And the same with cameras and lenses and mics and whatever. What I find staggering is that those tools are now become for the masses. So there is no real excuse. How important would you rank visuals in a property business?
In terms of marketing, I don't think there's any other way to do it. It's the root of everything. We do blogs, but they're the transcribed vlog.
Yes.
It's easy. Why would you spend all that time writing the thing? So we employ a journalist. If you told me to go stand on stage and tell somebody, what being 13 ways to be a more profitable landlord or 8 different tips, I could fill days worth of it.
No problem.
And without missing a heartbeat and just go. But anything else, but that does help. Knowing your stuff helps. But of course, that's what we're talking about, isn't it? We're talking about making it work for business. Everyone knows their stuff, and it might feel a bit boring sometimes to you, but it's not.
That is a staggering thing. Yeah,
of course it's not. If they're watching it, they're interested. And okay, it might not be mass market, but if they're watching it, they're interested. They're your customer.
True. I ask every guest what their top 3 tips are for businesses in their industry to get going with video. So what are your top tips?
I think number 1, create a content list, a calendar. That's been really good for us.
That's a good one.
So it doesn't take long to come up with a list of things to record, and once you've started it, it'll grow and grow and grow. So we've got a list of there's sort of 5 headings and then subcategories and subcategories, and you can dig in and just by doing that, it's just it goes on forever, and we will never get to the end of that. This is all part of the same with the first one. You don't need to get to the end because not everybody's on the internet all day, every day.
I say that all the time.
You can repeat.
That's what I say all the time.
You can repeat yourself.
Not everyone's on the internet at the same time.
You can like, if you think nobody's really watching, there's really important that those 1,000 people watch that video for us, because over the month that's brilliant. But you said exactly the same thing next month, another 1,000.
So is that tip 2?
No, that's tip number 1. That's tip number 1. Just get the content. Second thing would be, get your team involved. So I've set the tone. I know what we want to do and say, but you can't do it all. And I don't think I should do it all, because it's about the other, you're better at this than me, you're better at that. They're all better than everything and me, So I've got it going, but you're the sourcing guy, you're the compliance person. And you can get and they like to be involved, even the ones that are a little bit. In fact, actually, they might be the ones that really, the ones that are a little bit shy and not sure. Third tip: just get going. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. You'll see a result.
It will either get better.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether your gear's okay or average or rubbish. It doesn't matter if what you're saying is short or long. It doesn't matter whether it's just you or it's everybody in your team. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Consistency is king. It's really, 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 really vital. I cannot stress that enough. Jesse, thanks so much for your time.
Oh.
I really appreciate it. I wish you continued success.
Thank you very much.
And
Likewise.
I hope that people get lots of value out of your insight.
Yeah, cheers.